Hello everybody, welcome back to another Photoshop tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll be showing you 4 of the most important layers, at least to me, in my opinion, that I use on a daily basis. So basically we're going to start with the layers panel here. The layers panel is usually docked down here, somewhere, right about there. Anyway, the image we have here is a typography, something I did like a year ago. I just did it because it had not a whole lot, but a decent amount of layers to demonstrate the layers panel here for you. So the layers panel is basically all your different things that are not on the same layer, because it would be incredibly hard to do this on one layer, or pretty much impossible. Yes, impossible. So you need layers in Photoshop. So basically, there are many purposes and uses of the layers panel. It's the most useful layer. Most useful panel, not the most useful layer. Anyway, basically, we can create a new layer down here with the new layers box, new layer button. We can lower the opacity on a layer. As you can see, the blue ocean fill in that text is becoming less opaque. We can turn off the visibility on layers, and I'll show you the progression of this project, and pretty much that's it. You can lock a selected layer by clicking and unlocking layers through the lock button. And yeah, there's just a lot of things you can do. You can add adjustment layers, which is for photos usually, and you can just play around with those on your own. You can add a layer mask, which is something I should probably dedicate a whole video to, because there's a lot of ways to mask things. And you can put effects on things, and that probably will also be another video. But that's the basics of the layers panel, is your layers and your ability to lock them, hide them, and do whatever you want with them. As you can see, there's one more thing. You can change the blending mode on things. As you can see, this is set to overlay with 62 opacity. You can just scroll through these, and wow, how did I not choose one of these? These look cooler. Anyway, and you can just pretty much mess with these. It does a lot of different things to the pictures, as you can see, and how it blends with the layers below it. I'm bad at explaining that. Anyway, moving on, we have the history panel, which I usually always have up. And why don't I just delete the exit out of the layers panel? But we have the history panel, which you go to Window, History, and basically, and that's a lot of blending changes, it allows you to undo more than just one Command Z or Control Z undo. And I explained this in my basic tools video really quick. But you can also revert back to the original file that you started with. You can delete action and some other stuff. So yeah. Next, we have the character panel, which allows you to, I'm going to go to a blank document for this, which I have one up, and let's just type in my name, Jesse. And basically, what the layers panel does, not layers panel, character panel does, is it allows you to manipulate text a lot. So, for instance, this font right here, Basic L, which I like to use a lot, it's probably one of my favorite fonts that I've come across on the internet. And as you can see, it only has one style. But if you go into the characters panel, you can highlight the text and italicize it, even if it doesn't have an italic font. So, you can also bold it. You can do various other things with this. For instance, let's say you're writing some kind of science thing, math thing, I don't know why, in Photoshop, but you can do 5 and then 2 and then highlight the 2 and press this button, 5 to the second power. You can do things like that. And go back to my name here. You can manipulate things about the text, as in the general size. And kerning is something that's very important. It's editing the space between the letters of a font, which can be very useful because some fonts have some very poor spacing if you just get them off the internet. And you can mess with all these. These all manipulate different features of the text. So yeah, that's the characters panel. Finally, I'll stay on this blank document for this last panel I'm going to explain, is the brush panel, which is window, brush. You could also get to here. Same with some of these other panels. Characters panel is right there, actually. Anyway, what a brush thing is that you can create your own brush presets, and well, actually you don't really need the brush panel open for that, but you can choose brush presets that you've already made or are already loaded on your computer, and you can pretty much mess with how you paint things. For example, we have shape dynamics here. You can see the little preview down here, and you can mess with all the different things. Oops. My layers panel is not open. That's unprofessional. Let's move that back to where it belongs. Delete that. There we go. Okay, as you can see, our brush is a lot different. Scattering, you can scatter all the shape that you are painting with, as you can see, like that. And there's so many things you can do with this. I'm not going to go into it all, and I'm really bad at explaining it, and I really need to get better at explaining things if I'm going to be doing tutorials. But yeah, those are the basic functions of the brush panel. I couldn't think of the word. So yeah, guys, those are the 4 basic panels, and hopefully you understood at least one sentence that came out of my mouth during this video. So yes, have a nice day. Don't you cry, we'll be okay. Don't you cry.